afternoon to all. Can you hear me? Good afternoon to all. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good af-
Now I think it's clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. So good afternoon to all. And
Good afternoon.
today also the same topic, chemical safety, will be discussed. And next class we may going to complete what heat treatment process and risk management already we covered in the first unit. I'll share the PPT also. So only one topic will be there, heat treatment process that may will completed by next week. And second one will be started by next week. So two internals are over. So not a decided students what you are going to do for assessment. So still what you're not coming to take as a part of this I'm going to do. So what I have to do, nobody will ask. In final time or crucial time, you should not say like I'm going to attend placement, I'm going to attend the project, those things. So now itself you can complete and upload or what you have to do your things and complete before the deadline. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Yes.
yes,
So,
sir.
Yes, sir.
and now I'm going to share this presentation. So you must know very well or what you have exposure about this chemical safety. So just I will recall and I'll complete for this chemical safety today itself. Yes, everyone visible this presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now directly I'll move on to this what. Suppose we may use different types of chemical. When we are going to use different types of chemical, we should know how to use what that chemicals safely, and also when we are going to use those type of chemicals we should avoid like hazard or risk or something. So that is what we are going to see this PPT. Any type of chemicals to know how to use them safely, but you should learn about the type of hazardous chemical, how written program, I mean our written program based on the different types of chemicals, they may mention for different label coding so something, and also safe use of chemicals. And the third point, it is related to how chemicals are labeled and the safe use of chemicals and material safety data sheet or safety data sheet. Then basic procedure for spills, how chemicals may be spills, what even for different industry purpose. Then who you can ask for more information. If something happens, who you can ask for more information through this different types of chemicals. So mainly for this safety precautions required for chemical industries, hazardous, MSDS, PP, personal protective equipment. So these three things most important not only for chemical safety, it may include for all what they call welding other aspect also. So generally, two types of hazardous may be creating with help of chemicals. So one is physical hazard, next one is chemical hazard. So the first rule of chemical safety: know what you are working with and how to protect yourself and others. Suppose you are going to work one type of chemicals, maybe inorganic or organic or any other thing. Know what you are working with and how to protect yourself and others. If know that chemical hazard, so these are all the terms as classified in terms of physical hazard, like explosive, compressed gas, combustible liquids, flammable, unstable, water reacting, then oxidizer. So anyway, we were discussed. So just I'll recall in any meaning way. It may ask for different types of chemicals. You should know how to answer those: explosive and compressed gas, combustible liquids, flammable, unstable, water reactive, and oxidizer. So in terms of this physical hazard, some chemicals may be safe by themselves, but some chemicals may be dangerous when in contact with other substances. So some chemicals may be safe by themselves but become dangerous when in contact with other substances. And these chemicals with physical hazard, you have to know about when you train the employees, stored in a safe manner, and never mixed with other chemicals unless by an approved procedure. We should not mix with another kind of chemicals without prior permissions or without prior approval procedure. And these chemicals are classified like health hazard also. That may be like what it may creating or creating for cancer, and also some kind of chemicals may be what poisonous, and also it may getting some problem your skin, internal organs, and nervous system also. So health hazard through the chemicals. With respect to health hazard, it may be happening. So we have to identify proper things when we have been using any different types of chemicals. We should avoid these are all the problems, and allergy and some many issues may be creating because of that different types of chemicals. We have to add that properly. If not, these are all the problem creating so many issues. And the chemicals can enter the body through. So the first one, your lungs. So that also we learn. Your lungs, that may be happened in terms of breath, fumes, mist or dust. And your skin, if liquid or dust touches, that may happen still on you or splashes in your eye contact point. Then your mouth, if you eat after handling chemicals. So if you eat after handling chemicals, it may affecting for what? Through your mouth, your skin, your lungs, and accidental showering. So different types of chemicals, it may enter through your bodies. So what are the health effects? It may be happening. Suppose that chemicals. So some chemicals affect specific organs such as kidneys, livers, reproductive field, or nervous systems. So some chemicals, it may dangerous or happening some creating problems. These are all the parts of the humans. So this is like hazard communication programs mainly provide list of chemicals we use, and then what are the hazards may be happening when using this type of chemicals. And system for ensuring chemicals are labeled. So you need to check these chemicals are labeled or something. Then you have to identify material safety data sheet for each chemicals. Material safety data sheet, you have to identify each chemicals, and also this list is responsible for the program provides chemical specific safety training methods. The next tells you where to find chemical safety information. So where we have to find out proper chemical safety information, and also who is responsible for the program provides chemical specific training methods. And also, you can see a copy of our written program by asking your supervisor. You have to ask your senior person or well-known person how to use this chemical. If anything happens, what we have to do the first procedure or first aid method. So the next, so the labeling of chemicals. If you look at this picture, so you can be able to see that information on identity, hazard, and safe use. So through like MSDS data also we can identify. So all the chemicals, different types of chemicals, containers like labeled by the manufacturer. Labeled by the manufacturer. So what is the product? What is the usage, the expiry date, when it's manufactured, and how long we have to use, and what is the first aid method if anything happens. So everything is written in this label, I mean manufacturer. And also our company may place additional labels on the containers. If it is required or if it is needed, definitely we have to add some additional labels based on the different types of chemicals which is used for different purpose. The next one, if chemicals are placed in another container, this new container must have a label placed on it. And also the all containers must be properly labeled. All containers must be properly labeled so that if anything happens while using any type of chemicals, we have to check the label, what is the steps to be followed or what is the procedure to be used in terms of various aspects by using different types of chemicals. Then uniform labeling systems. So the uniform labeling system means we have to use proper method and proper technology or techniques. So each and every type of labeling systems, different types of chemicals. The basic uniform label like HMIS. So what do you mean by HMIS? Hazardous Material Identification Systems. So it may ask for that 1 mark or something. So HMS, Hazardous Materials Identification System, then NFPA. So that means National Fire Protection Association. So this National Fire Protection Association, it should be about both types must identify the chemical's name and hazard. Both types, like first one and second one, must be identify the chemical name as well as hazardous. What are the chemicals used and what are the hazards may be created, suppose by using different types of chemical process. And uniform labels. If you look at uniform label, like pictures may be used to identify hazardous and the required protections. So easily we can evaluate or identify if we provided uniform labels each and every chemicals, there is no problem happening by using any type of chemicals or like any purpose based on the chemicals or industry level. And also this information may also on the manufacturer labels. You should be provided a manufacturer labels. That is most important. How to use the chemicals, what different aspect. If anything happens, so to whom we have to approach. So everything will be needed so that there is no problem will be happen while using different types of chemicals. And also this HMIS NFL labels are very similar. So we have to identify color box. So different colors may be happening. You have to identify higher number, maybe increase higher hazard also. And this is also, if you look at colors, red color, so easily we have to identify that's called as fire hazard, and blue color called as health hazard. Yellow color may be what we call the chemicals indicated that reactivity hazard. It may require explosive and unstable. That white hazard, so special hazard, corrosive, radioactive, water reactive, and acid. So the colors is most important while using different types of chemicals, and also easily we have to identify how to use that chemicals. And this NFPA label, So that system may be provided quickly identifying the various fire hazard related to materials like 704, like what? With the help of MSDS data. With the help of MSDS data, easily you can identify that labeling system of NFPA. And this flammability codes, so materials that will rapidly or completely vaporize at atmospheric. So you can see that red, blue. So red is called as flammability, yellow indicates reactivity, and white is mentioned that special, and blue is mentioned that about health. So that vaporize at atmospheric pressure and normal ambient temperature. So they readily disperse. It may require air or water. That depends upon the flash point required. Depends upon the flash point and also boiling point. And this is like liquids and solid that can be ignited based on the temperature. So when we are going to heat different types of chemicals, we have to identify boiling point, flash point, doses. Materials must be moderately heated or exposed to relatively high ambient temperature. So before ignition can occur, we have to maintain the temperature level also. And materials that must be preheated before ignition can occur. Materials that must be preheated before ignition can occur, we have to maintain the flash point also. And materials that will not burn. And also very short exposure could cause death or major residual injury. So the materials that are very short exposure. And also the materials that are short exposure could cause serious temporary or residual injury. And also that material may be intense or continuing, but not chronic exposure could cause possible residual injury or incapacitation. Again, you see that the materials that are exposure would cause irritation but only minor residual injury. And zero light materials that are exposure and the fire condition would offer no hazard beyond that of ordinary combustible. Then this is material themselves. So different material condition we have to analyze, like what are the codes to be indicated, 4, 3, 1, 2. These are all the things most important. And next, so after this NFPA, this main thing, through that NFPA special hazard codes, acid product, alkali or base product, that also we discussed in the previous class. Corrosive product indicate CO or alkali or base product indicate abbreviation ALK, acid product ACID, and OH nothing but oxidizer. W is called as react with water, and this like a symbol is indicate radioactive. So it may ask for the symbols or abbreviation is given. And what we do, suppose if there is no label, okay, if there is no label or I can't read the label, so stop, do not use the chemical, tell your supervisor, read the MSDS and have another label, put on the container. If any type of chemical, there is no label provided on the that product, we have to tell supervisor, and also we should not use the chemical and properly read the MSDS data. If you get any information, you can start how to use the chemicals and what are the process to be required. The next, chemicals can be safely used if know the hazard and how to protect yourself. Chemicals can be safely used, you know the hazards and how to use, protect yourself, any type of chemical. And also, they are used only for approved purpose. We should not use any type of usage or any type of application. It is given this type of chemical you have to use for this purpose only. And that maybe like acid or alkali or oxidizer, anything, the specification is given and purpose is given and application also mentioned. And also all the types of chemicals we have to store properly. And next, definitely you have to use for personal protective equipment. Definitely you have to use for personal protective equipment, how to handle different types of chemicals. And you do not keep in areas where chemicals are used. You should not eat any type of food where the chemical areas are used. And also, you wash immediately if you come in contact with chemicals. So, from that video, what you clearly understood how to use the chemical storage and also data, and also if something happens, what are the first aid to be used. So that is what is given. Wash your hands or whatever things immediately if you come into contact with chemicals. So the chemical disposal. So related to chemical disposal, each chemical and container must be disposed of properly. Each chemical and container must be disposed of properly. No container is truly empty unless properly cleaned. Then follow MSDS requirements for container disposal. So you can see that recycle unused chemical, do not place hazardous chemical in normal trash, and also do not load chemical into sink or onto the ground or in storm drains. Safe storage. So all type of chemicals we have to store in the safe so that there is no risk or hazard or accident happen. So store in compatible chemicals in separate area, and also limit the amount of flammable materials on the minimum needed. So whatever things needed, we have to maintain the minimum needed, and also store flammable liquids in approved flammable storage lockers. Then we have to store acid in separate flammable storage locker, and also do not store chemicals in a refrigerator used for food storage. Do not store chemicals in a refrigerator used for food storage, and also do not store food in a refrigerator used for chemical storage. In case of an emergency, so something happened while using any type of chemicals, what we have to do, the first aid or emergency. So first one, evacuate people from the area and isolate the area, keep others from entering. Turn off ignition and heat sources. Only trained employees are permitted to clean up spills. So very well known person or supervisor or know about the chemicals how to use. Those people, they have to monitor if anything happens through that different types of chemicals. Then MSDS data. So through that MSDS data, we need to get more information about chemical safety, and each chemical has a separate MSDS. So it may written as chemical manufacturer and also kept in the workplace for your use. So if you can't find an MSDS, ask your supervisor. If you know, you can read that MSDS data, and you have to use what are the different types of chemicals we have to use. And if you don't know or you can't find, just you can ask your supervisor. So this, through that material safety data sheet provided chemical manufacturer additional information concerning safe use of the product. Safe use of the product definitely mentioning in the MSDS data. And each MSDS data what things to be tell about different chemicals. So common name and chemical name of the material, name, address and phone number of the manufacturer, emergency phone number for immediate hazardous information, and date the MSDS was written. So these four things is what the MSDS data provided each type of chemical or different type of chemicals, and also hazardous ingredient of the chemical, identification of the physical and the chemical properties, first aid, emergency information, safe handling and use information. So all the things which can be obtained or getting through this MSDS data, and also specific hazard information. Through that MSDS data, specific hazard information like fire and explosive, chemical, control, health, spill and leak procedure. But this is fire and explosive information. So based on the MSDS data, you have to know about flash point, occultation temperature, and upper lower flammability limits. Then fire extinguishing agents to be used, and also firefighting techniques, and any unusual fire or explosive hazard also may be used. And this MSDS data through reaction information, stability of chemicals may be identified, how to use, and the conditions. Based on the condition and other materials which can cause like reaction with chemical and dangerous substance that may be produced when the chemical reacts. And also through that MSDS like control measures. So with the help of control measures, engineering controls required for the safe product use. And next point, personal protective equipment required for use of product, safe storage requirements and guidelines, safe handling procedure. So the four methods mainly which can be provided control measures. And here also like TMB, TEL, you know, permissible exposure threshold limits we have to identify with the help of LTASA and symptoms of exposure and routes of entry into the body, how chemicals enter into the body, and also medical conditions that can be made worse by exposure. Then cancer causing properties. Whatever the properties may be creating cancer, the different types of chemicals, suppose we have been using different purposes. Then we should know like emergency and first aid procedure. Then through this MSDS spill and leak procedure, you have to know about cleanup technology and personal protective equipment, and also use that for disposal of waste and the cleanup materials. And you should know protective yourself. That means personal protective equipment that may be needed for chemical hazard, and also each and every area you can use how we can use different types of chemical, and also what are the various personal protective equipments needed. Then this use face seal and goggles if there is a splash hazard. So like what we use for building are the same method, or like what the same PPE, personal protective equipment used for the chemicals also. So this is right gloves when handling the chemicals, and properly clean and store your personal protective after use. Do not take personal protective equipment home while risk exposing your family. You should not take it any personal protective equipment to your home. After using that type of chemical, you have to keep it at the same place. Don't take any equipment to no purpose. And safe when using chemicals, know what are you working with and where emergencies are located and how to use them. And also you should ask supervisor if you have questions. Only trained employees may use proper chemicals. The stay safe. So any chemicals or any type of chemicals, make sure all containers are properly labeled, and use the proper protective equipment, and also store chemicals only in approved area, and immediately report leaks and spills. Dispose of used chemicals and containers properly. So this everything we learn different types of chemicals and whatever the hazards may be happening, and also various data like MSDS, SDS, and OSA, everything we learn, and also personal protective equipment. Any doubts? Any doubts? So next class we'll start heat treatment process, and once completed I'll upload PPT. You can download and study the materials, and also you can check that the MCQ like in the Google what MCQ or 1 mark something, chemical safety or something. If you provided any other faculty materials, you can read. I will take attendance. Only 46 students are joined. Just a minute. So answer or attendance. ULK 18 MT 001. Ruben Joseph Raja. Ruben ULK 19 foot process 1001. 1001. Moral Bala is there. URK 18 CE 001.
Present, sir.
CE 5.
Present, sir.
CS 16.
Present, sir.
CS 39. Yuvraj. URK 18 CS 39. CS
present, sir.
16. 18 CS 16. See, don't mention anything in the chat box. Till wait.
Sir, 39 present, sir.
Fine. CS 60. CS 135.
Sir, present, sir.
CS 141. Jeffin. CS 157.
Yes, sir.
CS 180. Jerome Andrew. EC 24. 18 EC 024 Bhubaneswar. 71. 71.
She is having a company.
Yeah,
TV
fine.
round.
Yeah, fine. URK 18 EC 116.
Yes, sir.
24 present, sir. EC 24.
119.
Sir, EC 24
Yes, sir.
present, sir.
121. Okay. 121.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 119 present.
Fine. Food process 71.
Present, sir.
18 MT 005. Jasper. 18 MT 10.
Yes, sir.
18 MT 14.
Yes, sir.
18 MT 16. 18 MT 16. Kathleen Pratika. MT 16.
She answered, sir. It's not audible.
18 MT 17. George Biju. 18. URK 18 MT 018. MT 21.
Present, sir.
MT 35.
Yes, sir.
URK 19 C 1013. Civil 1013. 1024.
Present, sir.
1032.
Present, sir.
1033. 1033. Kalyan is there. Kalyan. 34. Shaira. 34 is a 1034. 1035.
Present, sir.
1036. Shah Yasha. URK 19 CE 1036.
Sir, network issue.
1042.
Present, sir.
URK 19 W 1005.
Present, sir.
W 1012.
Present, sir.
1016.
Present, sir.
Food process 1.
Present, sir.
2.
Present, sir.
5.
Present, sir.
12.
Present, sir.
35.
Present, sir.
43.
Present, sir.
44.
Present, sir.
45.
Present, sir.
55.
Present, sir.
59. Kribarajan 60.
Present, sir.
61, Jashwant.
Present, sir.
64,
Present, sir.
67,
Present, sir.
71,
Present, sir.
72,
Present, sir.
74,
Present, sir.
77, Kirti Vasan, URK 19 foot process 1077, Kirti Vasan, 1080, Jatin Kaushik.
Present, sir.
Just a minute, I'll put copy paste.
Sir, URK 19.
Sir,
Yes,
my mic not worked at that time, sir. URK 18 CS 60, sir.
URK
CS 60 060.
Sir, URK 19.
Sir, URK 19 C 103.
next. Just a minute, I'll put copy paste, we'll find out. See, these register number as absent. You check it and tell me.
Sir, 18 CS 180.
18 CS 180 0.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. 18 CS 180 0. Next. Next, any other number? See, the final list of absent is for today class. I am showing here. ULK 18 MT 001, URK 18 CS 141, MT 17, MT 18, C 1033, food process 1059, food process 1077. Any number is there? Okay, you can leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.